Hi guys, Dukh ka adhikar, taken from grade 9 text. Yes, children, the question answers of this lesson is what I'm going to discuss in this video. So let's start off with the first question. निम्नलिखित प्रश्नों के उत्तर एक दो पंक्तियों में दीजिए. Give the answers to these questions in 1 to 2 lines. Here, पंक्तियां means lines. किसी व्यक्ति की पोशाक को देखकर हमें क्या पता चलता है? By looking at a person's poshak means dress, his clothes or attire. What do we come to know? That is the meaning of this question. Answer. किसी व्यक्ति की पोशाक को देखकर हमें समाज में उसका दर्जा और अधिकार का पता चलता है तथा उसकी अमीरी गरीबी श्रेणी का पता चलता है. Now first I'll tell you the meanings of the difficult words and then I'll explain the meaning of the entire sentence. Samaj mein means in the society. Darza means his status from a high family or a low family, like that. Adhikar, power. Amiri, garibi, shreni, category or class, whether it's a rich class or a poor class. So by looking at someone's dress, we can come to know about his status or his power in the society. And even we come to know whether the person belongs to a rich class or a lower class family or a poor family. Next question. खरबूजे बेचने वाली स्त्री से कोई खरबूजे क्यों नहीं खरीद रहा था? Kharbuza means melon, children. Here, I've just given a picture of melon here. बेचने वाली स्त्री means a lady who was selling it. नहीं खरीद रहा था was not buying. Why wasn't anyone buying melons from the lady who was selling melons? Answer. उसके बेटे की मृत्यु के कारण लोग उससे खरबूजे नहीं खरीद रहे थे. उसके घर में सूतक लगा था. Now, because of the death of her son, people were not buying melon from her. मृत्यु means death. उसके घर में सूतक लगा था. सूतक means it's like a tradition where if someone dies in someone's family, for few days nobody touches them or takes anything from them. That is what is सूतक. It is called छूत or untouchability. Third question. उस स्त्री को देखकर लेखक को कैसा लगा? What did the author feel when he looked at the lady? लेखक means author. Answer. उस स्त्री को देखकर लेखक का मन व्यथित हो उठा. By looking at that lady, the author's mind became very sad, very distressed, disturbed. व्यथित means disturbed. उनके मन में उसके प्रति सहानुभूति की भावना उत्पन्न हुई थी. In his mind, feelings of sympathy arose for her. उनके मन में means in his mind. सहानुभूति means sympathy. की भावना emotion. उत्पन्न हुई थी means arose. निम्नलिखित प्रश्नों के उत्तर 25 या 30 शब्दों में लिखिए. 25 to 30 words you have to use to answer these questions. I hope children, all of you know that when a limitation of words is given, you should try to answer within those words. Otherwise, we lose marks in the exam. Question number 1. मनुष्य के जीवन में पोशाक का क्या महत्व है? पोशाक means dress, clothes or attire. महत्व means importance. So what is the importance of dress in a person's life? मनुष्य के जीवन में पोशाक का बहुत महत्व है. In a person's life, clothes or attire has a lot of importance. पोशाकें ही व्यक्ति का समाज में अधिकार व दर्जा निश्चित करती हैं. अधिकार means power, दर्जा means status, निश्चित करती है means they decide. So dresses only decide a person's power and status in the society. पोशाकें व्यक्ति को ऊंच नीच की श्रेणी में बांट देती हैं. Now, dress divides a person or the society into high class and low class. बांट देती है means divides. कई बार अच्छी पोशाकें व्यक्ति के भाग्य के बंद दरवाजे खोल देती हैं. Sometimes good dresses they even open the closed doors of one's destiny or luck. भाग्य के बंद दरवाजे, closed doors of destiny. सम्मान दिलाती हैं. सम्मान means respect. They even get respect because of the dress that a person wears. Next question. पोशाक हमारे लिए कब बंधन और अड़चन बन जाती है? Now, children, बंधन means restriction, something that limits you. Adchan means obstacle or hindrance. So the question is, when does dress or cloth it become a restriction and a hindrance for us? Answer, जब हमारे सामने कभी ऐसी परिस्थिति आती है कि हमें किसी दुखी व्यक्ति के साथ सहानुभूति प्रकट करनी होती है, परंतु उसे छोटा समझकर उससे बात करने में संकोच करते हैं. Now, at time, परिस्थिति here means circumstance or situation. संकोच करते हैं means we hesitate. At times, we face certain circumstances or situation where we feel like, expressing sympathy towards a person who is very distressed or sad. But because that person belongs to a lower status, then we feel hesitant in talking to them. Isn't it, children? Sometimes what happens is if a person is in a haggard condition, wearing all torn clothes and all, even if the person is sad, we don't feel like we should go and talk to them, isn't it? उसके साथ सहानुभूति तक प्रकट नहीं कर पाते हैं. We are not able to even show sympathy towards them. हमारी पोशाक उसके समीप जाने में तब बंधन और अड़चन बन जाती है. At that time, our dress or clothing, it becomes a restriction and a hindrance in going near the, person who's distressed. समीप जाने में means in going near. बंधन, restriction. अड़चन, hindrance or obstacle. Third question. लेखक उस स्त्री के रोने का कारण क्यों नहीं जान पाया? Now, why wasn't the author able to know the reason of the lady's, crying? She was crying. That lady who was selling melon, she was crying. But why could the author not know the reason for her crying from her? Answer. वह स्त्री घुटनों में सिर गड़ाए फफक फफक कर रो रही थी. That lady was crying very badly by burying her head in her knees. घुटने means knees, सिर means head, गड़ाए means buried. इसके बेटे की मृत्यु के कारण लोग इससे खरबूजे नहीं ले रहे थे. Because of the death of her son, people were not buying melons from her. Now, children, I told you as to why people were not buying. Because as per the custom or tradition, for certain days, if a person dies in a family, nobody takes anything from them or touches them. उसे बुरा भला कह रहे थे. On top of it, people were abusing her orally. बुरा भला कहना means to abuse somebody. उस स्त्री को देखकर लेखक का मन दुखी हो उठा. And the author became sad by looking at that lady because she was so helpless, so sad about her. उनके मन में उसके प्रति सहानुभूति की भावना उत्पन्न हुई थी. In the author's mind, he had a feeling of sympathy or a feeling of sympathy rose for that lady. परंतु लेखक उस स्त्री के रोने का कारण इसलिए नहीं जान पाया क्योंकि उसकी पोशाक रुकावट बन गई थी. But the author could not go near her and ask her the reason for her crying because his dress or his clothing had become a hindrance towards that. Because he belongs to a high state class, category. So he might have worn very good dress, and he was feeling a bit hesitant, like to go and sit near her and ask her the reason for her crying. Next question. भगवाना अपने परिवार का निर्वाह कैसे करता था? How did Bhagwana used to take care of his family? Who is Bhagwana here, children? He is this lady's son who is selling melons. Parivar means family, Nirvaha means take care. भगवाना शहर के पास 1.5 बीघा भर जमीन में खरबूजों को बोकर परिवार का निर्वाह करता था. Now, Bhagwana used to grow melons in 1.5 bigha land. 1 bigha is a measurement of land, children. So in that, he used to grow melons and used to take care of his family. खरबूजों की डलियां बाजार में पहुंचाकर लड़का स्वयं सौदे के पास बैठ जाता था. खरबूजों की डलियां means the baskets of melon. Bazaar means market. Sauda means the goods which he has going to, which he has kept in the market to sell the goods. So the boy, he used to take the baskets of melon to the market and he used to himself sit there to sell the goods. Next question. लड़के की मृत्यु के दूसरे ही दिन बुढ़िया खरबूजे बेचने क्यों चल पड़ी? Now, immediately on the second day of the boy's death, why did his mother, old mother, go to the market to sell खरबूजा or melon? Answer. बुढ़िया बेटे की मृत्यु का शोक तो प्रकट करना चाहती है, परंतु उसके घर की परिस्थिति उसे ऐसा करने नहीं दे रही थी. Now the old lady, she wanted to mourn the death of her son. Mourn is M-O-U-R-N, children. When somebody dies, we do mourning. So she wanted to mourn the death of her son, but the condition of her house was not letting her do that. Children, you can imagine which mother would like to go and sell something in the market immediately after her son's death. It is because of her family situation that she had to go there. Shok means mourning. Paristhiti means circumstance or situation. इसका सबसे बड़ा कारण है धन का अभाव. Now, what is the biggest reason for this? When somebody is not able to mourn the death of her son, it is dhan ka abhav, that is shortage of money. Dhan, money, abhav means shortage. उसके बेटे भगवाना के बच्चे भूख के मारे बिलबिला रहे थे. Now her son Bhagwana, who had died, his children, they were crying with hunger because they did not have any money or any grain or anything at home. So they were crying with hunger. Bhook ke mare means because of hunger. Bilbila rahe the means they were literally crying. Bahu bimar thi, and her daughter-in-law, that is Bhagwana's wife, she was sick. Bimar means sick. यदि उसके पास पैसे होते तो वह कभी भी सूतक में सौदा बेचने बाजार नहीं जाती. If she had money, she would have never gone to sell her goods in the market during that Sutak period. Sauda means goods meant for selling. Bazaar means market. Sixth question. बुढ़िया के दुख को देखकर लेखक को अपने पड़ोस की संभ्रांत महिला की याद क्यों आई? संभ्रांत महिला means affluent lady, a rich lady. By looking at the distressed or sad lady, why did he think of the affluent lady who was his neighbor? Answer. लेखक के पड़ोस में एक संभ्रांत महिला रहती थी. इन हिज नेबरहुड एन अफ्लुएंट लेडी यूज्ड टू स्टे. उसके पुत्र की भी मृत्यु हो गई थी और बुढ़िया के पुत्र की भी मृत्यु हो गई थी. Her son had died, and even this affluent lady's son had died. One second, children. Just this affluent son had died, and even this old lady's son had died. परंतु दोनों के शोक मनाने का ढंग अलग अलग था. But the way of mourning in both cases were totally different. Shok manana means to mourn. MOURN. ढंग means way. धन के अभाव में बेटे की मृत्यु के अगले दिन ही बुढ़िया को बाजार में खरबूजे बेचने आना पड़ता है. Because of shortage of money, the old lady has to come to the market to sell melons immediately the next day of the death of her son. वह घर बैठकर रो नहीं सकती थी. She could not afford to stay at home and cry and do mourning. मानो उसे इस दुख को मनाने का अधिकार ही न था. It was as if she did not have the right to even mourn the death of her son. अधिकार means power or right. आसपास के लोग उसकी मजबूरी को अनदेखा करते हुए उस बुढ़िया को बहुत भला बुरा बोलते हैं. The nearby people, they were ignoring her helplessness, and they were abusing her because of that. Because instead of staying at home and mourning, she's going to the market to sell her melons. So they were abusing her orally. Here, majburi means helplessness. Undekha means ignore. Bhala bura bolte hain means they abuse her orally. जबकि संभ्रांत महिला को असीमित समय था. Whereas the affluent lady had unlimited time to do the mourning. असीमित means unlimited. 2.5 मास से पलंग पर थी. डॉक्टर सिरहाने बैठा रहता था. 2.5 मास means 2.5 months. पलंग पर थी means was on the bed. Sirhana means pillow. So the doctor used to sit near her pillow, and for 2.5 months she was on her bed. Now, doctor sitting near the pillow means the doctor was available all the time to take care of her. लेखक दोनों की तुलना करना चाहता था, इसलिए उसे संभ्रांत महिला की याद आई. He wanted to compare both of them, both this old lady who has to go to the market to sell melons immediately the next day of her son's death, and there the affluent lady who was on bed for 2.5 months and for whom all the time a doctor was available. He wanted to compare them. तुलना करना चाहता था means he wanted to compare them. That is why he thought of the affluent lady. Next question. Here they are long answer questions, children. Question number 1. बाजार के लोग खरबूजे बेचने वाली स्त्री के बारे में क्या-क्या कह रहे थे? अपने शब्दों में लिखिए. Write in your own words what the people in the market were saying about the lady who was selling melons. Answer. धन के अभाव में बेटे की मृत्यु के अगले दिन ही बुढ़िया को बाजार में खरबूजे बेचने आना पड़ता है. Now, because of shortage of money, the old lady has to come to the market to sell melons just the next day of her son's death. बाजार के लोग उसकी मजबूरी को अनदेखा करते हुए उस बुढ़िया को बहुत भला बुरा बोलते हैं. People in the market, by ignoring her helplessness, they orally abuse her a lot. Majburi means her helplessness. Undekha karte hue means by ignoring that helplessness. कोई घृणा से थूक कर बेहया कह रहा था. Somebody was calling her shameless by spitting with hatred. घृणा means hatred. थूक means spitting. बेहया means shameless. कोई उसकी नीयत को दोष दे रहा था. नीयत means intention. दोष दे रहा था means was blaming. So certain people, they were blaming her intention of coming to the market. कोई रोटी के टुकड़े पर जान देने वाली कहता. Somebody was saying, oh, she is dying for a piece of chapati or she's dying for food. कोई कहता इसके लिए रिश्तों का कोई मतलब नहीं है. And certain people would say that for her there is no meaning of relations. रिश्ते means relation. परचून वाला कहता. परचून वाला means the grocery person. He said, यह धर्म ईमान बिगाड़ कर अंधेर मचा रही है. धर्म ईमान means religion or faith. बिगाड़ कर means by spoiling it. अंधेर मचा रही है means she's spreading darkness. That is, she's showing a wrong way. इसका खरबूजे बेचना सामाजिक अपराध है. Her selling melons is a social crime. सामाजिक means social, अपराध means crime. इन दिनों कोई भी उसका सामान छूना नहीं चाहता था. These days, nobody wanted to touch her goods. सामान means goods. Next question. पास पड़ोस की दुकानों से पूछने पर लेखक को क्या पता चला? When he asked people in the nearby shops, what did he come to know? Who's he? The author. So, पास पड़ोस की दुकानें, दुकानें means shops, पास पड़ोस की means the nearby shops. Answer. पास पड़ोस की दुकानों में पूछने पर लेखक को पता चला कि उसका 23 साल का जवान लड़का था. Now, when he asked people in the nearby shops, he came to know that this old lady who was selling melons had a 23-year-old young boy. 23 means 23, जवान means young boy. घर में उसकी बहू और पोता पोती हैं. At home, she has her daughter-in-law and grandchildren. बहू means daughter-in-law, पोता पोती means grandchildren. लड़का शहर के पास 1.5 बीघा भर जमीन में कछियारी करके निर्वाह करता था. Now here, कछियारी means growing vegetables. निर्वाह करता था means used to take care or sustain himself. So the boy, the old lady's boy, he used to grow vegetables in a nearby place which was around 1.5 बीघा. It's a measurement of the land, children. There he used to grow vegetables and sustain himself and his family. खरबूजों की डलिया बाजार में पहुंचाकर कभी लड़का स्वयं सौदे के पास बैठ जाता, कभी मां बैठ जाती. He would take the basket of melons to the market and at times he would sit there to sell the goods or at times his mother would sell. परसों मुंह अंधेरे खेत में से बेलों से तरबूजे चुन रहा था कि गीली मेड़ की तरावट में आराम करते सांप पर उसका पैर पड़ गया और सांप ने उस लड़के को डस लिया. So the day परसों means day before yesterday. मुंह अंधेरे means early morning. गीली means wet. Made means boundary of the field which is made up of mud. मेड की तरावट में means in that boundary. आराम करते सांप, a snake which was resting there. उसका पैर पड़ गया, his footstep fell on it. डस लिया means bit. So the day before yesterday, early morning, when her son, he was plucking the melons in the field, there was a snake which was resting in the wet mud of the boundary of the field. His footsteps fell on that and the snake bit him. That is what had happened. ओझा के झांड फूंक आदि का उस पर कोई प्रभाव न पड़ा और उसकी मृत्यु हो गई. Now at that time, even in today's era, there are villages where people, instead of trusting doctors, they trust all the people who do all this black magic and things like that. So here, Ojha means exorcist, who does black magic. Jhad Funk means exorcism. They will be taking a broom and they'll say some mantras and they try to save that person. So this lady also, she was an old lady. So she, instead of going to doctor, she went to this Ojha. And then he came and he did lot of exorcism, but it did not have any impact on the boy and he died. Next question. लड़के को बचाने के लिए बुढ़िया माँ ने क्या क्या उपाय किए? In order to save the boy, what all steps did the old mother take? Answer. लड़के को बचाने के लिए बुढ़िया जो कुछ वह कर सकती थी उसने वह सब here either you use sub students or you can use sabhi. वह सभी उपाय किए. In order to save her son, the old lady, whatever she could do, she took all those steps. वह पागल सी हो गई. She became like a mental person, disturbed, mentally disturbed. पागल means mental. झाड़ फूंक करवाने के लिए ओझा को बुला लाई. In order to do this exorcism or black magic, she called the exorcist. सांप का विष निकल जाए इसके लिए नाग देवता की भी पूजा की. In order to remove the poison of the snake from his body, she prayed to the Nag Devata also, or the snake god also. Nag Devata means snake god. And that exorcist was doing all this. घर में जितना आटा अनाज था वह दान दक्षिणा में ओझा को दे दिया, परंतु दुर्भाग्य से लड़के को नहीं बचा पाई. Whatever things were there at home, all the eatables like atta and grains, she gave it to the exorcist or ojha as out of willing, one's own willing, the dakshina that you give to the guru. Like that, she gave it to him. But unfortunately, she could not save her son. Durbhagya se means unfortunately. Next question. लेखक ने बुढ़िया के दुख का अंदाजा कैसे लगाया? Now, how did the author guess the amount of sorrow of the old lady? Answer. लेखक उस पुत्र वियोगिनी के दुख का अंदाजा लगाने के लिए पिछले साल अपने पड़ोस में पुत्र की मृत्यु से दुखी माता की बात सोचने लगा. In order to estimate the amount of sorrow or the distress that she was going through, the old lady who had lost her son, he thought of the lady who in his neighborhood who had lost her son last year. So here Putra Viyogini's children, it means somebody who has lost her son. पिछले साल means last year. वह महिला 2.5 मास से पलंग पर थी. That lady was on bed for 2.5 months. This I've already explained, children, the meaning in a question before. उसे 15 मिनट बाद पुत्र वियोग से मूर्छा आ जाती थी. Now, because of her son's bereavement, she used to fall unconscious every 15 minutes. मूर्छा आ जाती थी means she used to fall unconscious. डॉक्टर सिरहाने बैठा रहता था. And the doctor used to sit near her pillow. It doesn't mean exactly sitting near her pillow, children. It means the doctor used to be available all the time to take care of her. शहर भर के लोगों के मन पुत्र शोक से द्रवित हो उठे थे. Now, the entire people of the city who came to know about her, they got moved because of this situation of the affluent lady. द्रवित हो उठे थे means they were moved. They were feeling very bad for this lady. Whereas the old lady, who was also in a similar situation, people were not ignoring all her helplessness and they were all abusing her. So he might have thought how much sorrow she's going through. One is she has lost her son. Secondly, people, abusing her like this. इस पाठ का शीर्षक दुख का अधिकार कहां तक सार्थक है स्पष्ट कीजिए. द टाइटल, शीर्षक here means title, सार्थक है means meaningful. The title of this story, which is दुख का अधिकार, the right to mourn, कहां तक सार्थक है? How is it meaningful? Whether is it really meaningful, the title, after reading the chapter? Do you feel it's really meaningful? Answer: इस कहानी में उस बुढ़िया के विषय में बताया गया है जिसका बेटा मर गया है. In this story, that lady has been spoken about whose son has died. धन के अभाव में बेटे की मृत्यु के अगले दिन ही बुढ़िया को बाजार में खरबूजे बेचने आना पड़ता है. Because of shortage of money, the next day of her son's death itself, she has to come to the market to sell melons. बाजार के लोग उसकी मजबूरी को अनदेखा करते हुए उस बुढ़िया को बहुत भला बुरा बोलते हैं. And the people in the market, they ignore her helplessness, her helpless situation, and they abuse her for coming to the market immediately the next day to sell her goods. यदि उसके पास पैसे होते तो वह कभी भी सूतक में सौदा बेचने बाजार नहीं जाती. If she had enough money, she would have never gone to the market to sell her goods during the Sutak period. During that period, when they are not supposed to touch anybody, when nobody is supposed to touch them and take things from them. दूसरी ओर लेखक के पड़ोस में एक संभ्रांत महिला रहती थी जिसके बेटे की मृत्यु हो गई थी. Now, on the other side, a very affluent family who was the author's neighbor, she also had lost her son the previous year. उस महिला के पास, it should be K children, उस महिला के पास शोक मनाने का असीमित समय था. And that lady had unlimited time to mourn her son's death. असीमित समय means unlimited time. 2.5 मास से पलंग पर थी. She was on bed for 2.5 months. डॉक्टर सिरहाने बैठा रहता था and the doctor used to be available to take care of her all the time. लेखक दोनों की तुलना करना चाहता था and the author wanted to compare both of them, the affluent lady who has lost her son and the old lady who has lost her son. इस कहानी से स्पष्ट है कि दुख मनाने का अधिकार भी उनके पास है जिनके पास पैसा हो. From this story, it's very clear that to mourn or to do mourning also, that right only those people have who have money. Those who don't have money, they don't have the right to mourn also because their circumstances don't let them mourn. निर्धन व्यक्ति अपने दुख को अपने मन में ही रख लेते हैं. निर्धन व्यक्ति means those who are poor. They keep their sorrows in their mind only. वह इसे प्रकट नहीं कर पाते. They are not able to express their sorrow. इसलिए इस पाठ का शीर्षक दुख का अधिकार सार्थक है. That is why the title of this lesson is very meaningful. सार्थक means meaningful. निम्नलिखित के आशय स्पष्ट कीजिए. Tell the meaning of these things. First, जैसे वायु की लहरें कटी हुई पतंग को सहसा भूमि पर नहीं गिर जाने देती, उसी तरह खास परिस्थितियों में हमारी पोशाक हमें झुक सकने से रोके रहती है. When a kite gets cut, children, what happens? It doesn't immediately come to the land, right? To the ground. What happens? The waves of the wind It doesn't let it immediately or suddenly fall onto the ground when a kite gets cut. Similarly, under special circumstances, our dress, it doesn't let us bend down. Now, what is the meaning of this? What the author has said, that is the question. Here, children, Vayu ki lehre means the waves of the wind. Sehsa means suddenly. Bhumi par, on the ground. Khas paristhitiyan means special occasions. Hamari poshak, our dress. हमें झुक सकने से रोके रहती है. It stops us from bending down. आंसर, प्रस्तुत कहानी समाज में फैले अंधविश्वासों और अमीरी गरीबी के भेदभाव को उजागर करती है. Now this story, it highlights the superstitions which is spread in the society and the differences between the rich and the poor. Andhavishwas means superstitions. Amir, garibi. Rich and poor के भेदभाव को, the difference, उजागर करती है means it highlights. यह कहानी अमीरों के अमानवीय व्यवहार और गरीबों की विवशता को दर्शाती है. Now this story shows the inhuman behavior of rich people and the helplessness of the poor people. Amir means rich. Amanaviya vyavahar means inhuman behavior. Vivashta means helplessness. दर्शाती है, it shows. मनुष्यों की पोशाकें उन्हें विभिन्न श्रेणियों में बांट देती हैं. Now, people's attire or clothing, it divides them into different categories or classes. विभिन्न means different, श्रेणियां means category or classes. बांट देती है means divides. प्रायः पोशाक ही समाज में मनुष्य का अधिकार और उसका दर्जा निश्चित करती है. Normally, dress only decides a person's status and his power or rights in the society. वह हमारे लिए अनेक बंद दरवाजे खोल देती है. The dress that we wear, sometimes it opens closed doors for us. परंतु कभी ऐसी भी परिस्थिति आ जाती है कि हम जरा नीचे झुककर समाज की निचली श्रेणियों की अनुभूति को समझना चाहते हैं. But at times, a situation comes where we just want to bend down and feel or want to get to know the feelings of the people in the lower categories or the lower class. Here, नीचे झुककर means bending down. समाज की of the society, निचली श्रेणियां lower classes की अनुभूति, feelings को समझना चाहते. We want to understand their feelings. उस समय यह पोशाक ही बंधन और अड़चन बन जाती है. At that time, our dress or clothing becomes restricts us and becomes an obstacle for us. This is what happens with the author, right, children? The author wants to, go to that lady, ask the reason for her crime. But, his status is different and that lady's status is totally different. So he feels hesitant to do that. So instead of asking that lady, he goes to the nearby shops and asks the people there as to why she is crying. It's because his dress at that time becomes a restriction and a hindrance. जैसे वायु की लहरें कटी हुई पतंग को सहसा भूमि पर नहीं गिर जाने देती, उसी तरह खास परिस्थितियों में हमारी पोशाक हमें झुक सकने से रोकी रहती है. This I have already explained about, children. Next one. इनके लिए बेटा बेटी, खसम लुगाई, धर्म ईमान सब रोटी का टुकड़ा है. खसम means husband, लुगाई means wife, dharm iman means religion and faith. Roti ka tukda hai means it's food. So for these people, son and daughter, husband and wife, religion and faith, everything is food. What does it mean? Answer. समाज में रहते हुए प्रत्येक व्यक्ति को नियमों, कानूनों व परंपराओं का पालन करना पड़ता है. Now, people who stay in a society, they have to mandatorily follow rules, laws, and traditions or customs. Here, niyam means rules, kanun, laws, paramparaएं means traditions or customs. पालन करना पड़ता है means they have to follow. दैनिक आवश्यकताओं से अधिक महत्व जीवन मूल्यों को दिया जाता है. Here, more importance is given to values as compared to the daily needs. Children, दैनिक means daily, आवश्यकताएं means needs. जीवन मूल्य means values of life. यह वाक्य गरीबों पर एक बड़ा व्यंग्य है. Now, this is a big satire on the poor people. Satire means something you are making a fun of somebody. गरीबों को अपनी भूख के लिए पैसा कमाने रोज ही जाना पड़ता है, चाहे घर में मृत्यु ही क्यों ना हो गई हो. The poor people, in order to, satiate their hunger, they have to earn money on a daily basis. And because of which they have to daily go out to work, even if a death happens in the family. परंतु कहने वाले उनसे सहानुभूति न रखकर यह कहते हैं कि रोटी ही इनका ईमान है, रिश्ते नाते इनके लिए कुछ भी नहीं है. ईमान means faith. So here, people who look at them, they say that they do not sympathize with them at all. Rather, they say that food is everything for these people. Relation is nothing. That is the reason why they are going out to sell goods or do business, even if their son or somebody has died in the family. They do not know that there is people in the family who are crying with hunger, who are helpless. Next question. शोक करने, गम मनाने के लिए भी सहूलियत चाहिए और दुखी होने का भी एक अधिकार होता है. In order to do mourning when someone dies or to do गम मनाने के लिए, to feel the sadness, सहूलियत चाहिए. You need facilities. दुखी होने का भी एक अधिकार होता है. There is a right to, become sad also. You should have a right to become sad also. Now, what does this mean? Answer, यह व्यंग्य. व्यंग्य means making fun of somebody, satire. यह व्यंग्य अमीरी पर है, क्योंकि समाज में अमीर लोगों के पास दुख मनाने का समय और सुविधा दोनों होती है. Now, this is a satire on the rich people because in the society, the rich people have the time as well as the facilities to do mourning. सुविधा means facilities. इसके लिए वह दुख मनाने का दिखावा भी कर पाता है और उसे अपना अधिकार समझता है. Now, for this, maybe they are not sad at all, but still they show off that they are doing mourning and they consider it as their right. शोक करने, गम मनाने के लिए सहूलियत चाहिए. In order to do mourning or, feel sad, one has to have facilities. Here, सहूलियत means facilities. दुख में मातम सभी मनाना चाहते हैं, चाहे वह अमीर हो या गरीब. Now, when there is mourning, everybody wants to sit and mourn, whether they are rich or poor. परंतु गरीब विवश होता है. But a poor person is helpless. Just like a rich person, he cannot stay back and continue mourning because he has his own needs. He needs to satiate the hunger of his children, of grandchildren. वह रोजी रोटी कमाने की उलझन में ही लगा रहता है. A poor person is always thinking of earning some money to satiate the hunger of his family. उसके पास दुख मनाने का ना तो समय होता है और न ही सुविधा होती है. A poor person does not have either the time or the facility to do mourning. इस प्रकार गरीबों की रोटी की चिंता उसे दुख मनाने के अधिकार से भी वंचित कर देती है. This way, the thought of earning one's livelihood on a daily basis, the poor people are deprived of even the right to mourn. वंचित कर देती है means they are deprived of the right. What deprives them of the right to do mourning? Their daily need for money and the need for satiating the hunger of the family. Now we have difficult words, children. Iman means dharm or vishwas. Dharm means religion, vishwas means faith. Badan, sharir, body. Andaza, anuman, or to guess, estimate. Bechaini, vyakulta, that is restlessness. Gam, dukh or pida or trouble, pain, sorrow. Darza, shreni or class. Zameen, prithvi or the earth. Poshak, pehnawa means the dress. Zamana means yug or kal, that is the time. Shreniya means vibhag or categories, classes. Diya salai means machis ki tili, matchstick. Ghrina, hatred. Muh andhere means very early, subah subah. Dalia, tokri or basket. Barkat, labh or profit. Anubhuti means ehsas, to understand or to feel. Adhed, dhalti umrika means middle-aged. Vyatha, pida or pain or trouble. Vyavadhan, rukavat. Here it should be children, obstacle or hindrance. Behaya, besharam or shameless. Niyat, irada or intention. Barkat, here profit, or it also means vridhi, prosperity, growth. Khasam, pati. Lugai means patni or wife. Sutak, chud, untouchability. Kachiari, kheto mein tarkariyan bona, to grow vegetables in the fields. Tarkariya means vegetables. Nirvaha guzara, sustenance. Made, khet ke charo or mitti ka ghera. A boundary of mud on the four sides of the field. Taravat, gilapan means wetness. Ojha, I told you, exorcist. Jhat fug karne wala or black magic, a person who does black magic. Channi, kakna means mamuli, gehna. Simple, gehna means jewelry. Sahuliyat, suvidha or facility. With that, we are finishing the questions and answers of the lesson Dukh Ka Adhikar. Let me know in case you have any other doubts. So all of you stay safe and happy, children. Best wishes for your exam. Take care and bye-bye.